Hello world, hello YouTube, hello Flosstube, and hello all my lovely subscribers and other viewers who are just passing by. My name is Mia, and this is Missing in a Stitch. Because, well, first of all, my name, MIA, I'm not missing in action, but I for sure am missing in a stitch because I stitch a lot. Yes, so my name, missing M in I and A. So that's how I came up with my Flosstube name. Yes, so today is, what day is today? May 8th, 2026, a Friday. And I'm coming back now because if I would leave it to 2 weeks, you'd have too much to see. Yeah, so I think I'll just jump into it. I'll take a sip so that my mouth doesn't. I've got this is sort of like a, keeps hidden. And Flosstuber Itchy Nose came in. Yeah, so I just need to check one of the settings. Yeah, so this is cappuccino and I want to eat it, drink it warm. So it's in a, is it a flask? I think. Yes. I'm not sure how long this is going to take, so you might need a drink yourself. Yep. So the first week of May is done. And what I have been doing, I had my plans. Yeah? Where are they? They're here. I had my plans and I actually made it. I added a bit after I showed you. Yeah. So, but these are the plans. I've got one plan done and the second plan almost done and the third plan in good condition, the third one also. Yeah, so anyhow, what have I been doing? I've been stitching. I have been, my table is small. I've got too much on it. Okay, Mia, just calm down. Everything's okay. Yeah. I have been stitching. Actually, I'm just gonna tell you my statistics first because well, so for May, I have done 4,957 stitches. Um, and once I get to May, I've stitched 8 days. I have finished 2 projects, no new starts. 4,957 stitches, and I'm sorry, but I stitched on 17 widths. Oops. Yeah. So that is what you will be seeing. Let's start. I'm not going in. I'm just going in the order that I wrote them down. La Vuelta Femenina started on the 3rd, and I jumped in. I actually jumped in on the 4th because I didn't remember. Yeah, so that's a cycling competition, and it's the women's cycling competition that they are driving in Spain or cycling in Spain. And it's from the 3rd to the 9th of May. So it's been this week. Today and tomorrow are the 2 final days. I have not yet stitched for them, but I decided to stitch on bullfinch just because I wanted to. Bullfinch, once ready, will look like this. And my lighting again is terrific. I'll just check if I have actually a picture from the designer. This is I bought it from Etsy. So this is the picture from there. Sorry. Wasn't supposed to show you that. I thought it had the designer here, but no. Well, anyhow, this is what it will look like once stitched. And this is what it looks like now with having the 3rd to the 7th, which is 578 stitches. Out of 815. That is the kilometer distance that the women will stitch during the competition. This is stitch 2/2 on Übelhöhe by the called for flosses. And it is at 2,877 stitches out of 4,907, and I am at 58.63%. So this is bullfinch. The next one, or whatever, then I'm in Whipgo. I do not have the numbers that were called, but that doesn't matter. Macau was one of the calls, and I have 500 stitches that I've put into my stitchings, or the whips that are called. This one is Macau close-up. That's the image is by Suzanne Schweitz, and it's been designed by Tarina Clark Artisy. Once ready, it will look like this. And I've been stitching here in the background for the 500 stitches. I'm still up there. This is 14 count Ada, I think. But here is where I am now. This is the width, and I have generous margins determined by me. Yeah, I have decided to turn back to going row by row, because that's what I like. And yeah, so I did this part. 5 blocks of 100 stitches was my width goal, and then I'm filling in the action of the second row, and then going down row by row. That's the way I like it. So this was Macau, which will come up in other things, but I don't think I'll show it then, but I'll tell you the statistics. It's at 5,136 out of 62,500 stitches, and it's at 9.78%. So that was Whip Go 1. Whip Go 2 was a finish. Yay! The first one of the finishes. Can't remember the order, but anyhow, I had all the all the cross stitching done. This is 32 count, so I got anyhow a green one. So I had the actual back stitching done, and honey time was supposed to be stitched on white fabric. I didn't. PK, please play with me. No, I can't show you the actual PDF. So this is sort of like what was originally supposed to be stitched. Every other color except for white. But since I decided to stitch it on a green fabric, the original stitch count was 2,605, which of course should have been 100%. But since I was stitching it on green fabric, I stitched in all the white. So these whatever they're called at the end of the hats and the beards and hair and the some of the flowers. I don't know what you're seeing, but that light is eating the colors. This is the finish. I think it was finish 6 for 2026, or was it 7? I can't remember. Yeah, but this, I just love the gnomes. And then I went and backstitched Honey Time also. So I am thinking of making this into a pillow and sort of like just leaving, not chopping off the stitchy fabric. It's even weave. What else was I supposed to tell you about this? If there's one thing, then my consistence is not consistent. Designer is Victoria Pakhamova, and it's from Etsy. Yeah. I'm not gonna say the shop because I don't remember. Anyhow, that was a finish. Yay! Then I have the Cross Stitch Studio 30 minutes a day monthly challenge. I'm stitching Lord Cleanse Me for that, which is a beautiful chart. I showed it to my mum and she wants this, but I think I want it to my own home, so maybe I need to stitch it twice. This is what it will look like once ready. Yeah, zoom in. And this week I've been stitching on the words. Almost there. So 30 minutes for me is depending on, well, now that it's been letters, it's been sort of like you don't have to change the floss. But I've been stitching around, let's say 100, between 130 stitches, depending on how I feel that day. And you know, when you start stitching the things that actually go along with it. But Here is, I have not stitched on, no, I have stitched on this. Today, yes. I can't remember where I was before, and the before pictures are something that I just seem not to be able to handle. But here it is. The bird is there, and Lord cleanse me of anything. I noticed that the G is missing. Oh yeah, I'm stitching it because it has a hanging thread there. Yeah. This is a 32 count Murano. 32 count Murano. I'm sorry, my hand was in front of my mouth. Yes. And this will continue throughout the month with the 30 minutes a day. Hopefully, it is now at 4,639 stitches out of 15,766. And it's at 29.42%. I'm sorry, why on earth did I do the zipper in the middle of... I hope it didn't bother anybody. Yes, Flosstuber frenzy with a catch up. I had 3 that I was doing catch up on. One was for Nessa. I was missing 165 stitches. I call it garden bench, even though officially it is 90167A from Ati and Margareta, but this is what it will look like once done. And I had 165 to stitch, and I did 202 because I can't count. And here is I've been stitching in this area, filling in and adding some greenery and some of the center of the flowers, and there were a few stitches actually missing in this part, so this is complete. That's actually the only thing that is complete in this whole thing. These flowers are missing a few. I think these yellowish orange flowers are done, and the can is done, the watering can. Otherwise it needs stitches, but I am up to date with this, so come June I can concentrate on stitching without no guilt. I really don't feel guilty, but that was just something that came to mind, that word. Nessa is cross stitching with Nessa on YouTube, and she's from Australia. Oops, other way around. This shelf is my Flosstuber frenzy. The next one is Sharon, fun with cross stitch, and her chart, I need to take it out, but it's all of our yesterday's sampler. And I still need to do all the back stitching in all the children. But this is ready, this is ready. Nope, sorry. Ready, 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 ready. With the cross stitching. So all I have left is this girl and the sand under the girl and the girls. Then it's done. So with the 250, I think I'll get this done in June. But I owed this stitching 500 stitches, of which I have done 313, so I still owe 187, which I will be stitching during the month. I need something behind this. So the catch-up stitches have been in the girl, in the boy's hat, and I got the bag done. And then I will be doing the sand under this girl. And I think I'll be doing the sand under this girl to get the 187 stitches done. But these boys, these girls, and this boy is done. Cross-stitching wise, they still need loads of back stitching. I love this piece. I'm gonna frame it. I'm gonna put it on my wall. I'm enjoying getting these oldies closer to a finish so that I can enjoy them. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the stitching, but I also enjoy it when I can look at a fully finished and FFO'd whip. Yeah. So that was Flosstuber Frenzy. Then Judy, who is an Aussie and a Kiwi, go traveling. They are on, or they were on day 121, was it yesterday? So they've been traveling for 121 days. That's a long time to be away from home. She had a challenge. They were traveling almost 500 kilometers, and I just didn't have it into me to do that. But then she gave another chance to stitch the amount of the days that they've been traveling, which was perfect for me. And since it needed to have some water, and it's summer landscape, which is the image is from Tony Salado from Fotolia, and Terina Clark from Artisy has done the shirt. This, I think I'll say it every time, takes me back to Mombasa, where I used to spend my childhood holidays, vacations. And the 121 with this very, very threads hanging. Actually, it only bothers me when I show you. I wonder why. Yeah, here it is. The 121 stitches were done in the top 10 rows, because I'm converting this into a going this way. I think I'll take this away. So here is what it is at the moment. I am at 4,060 stitches out of 50,120, and it's at 8.10%. And I did 122 because I needed to. I would have had just one stitch of one color left, so I just stitched it. So this is where I am, and this is the whole piece. It's gonna have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the width, and this is the height that you can see stitched. Yeah, so thank you, Judy, for that challenge. I'll be saying something in my plans about about how I will be continuing. Yeah, that's then my second finish. Yay! This is from I bought it from Etsy. It does not say who's done this, but it's a booklet with 60 projects of mini masterpieces. And each of the charts are either like this or like this, and they're the same size. Every single 61 of these. But what this is just a moment. I'll find the. Even though it's fully done, I want to show you. And I want to dig out the information of whose was it, because I don't remember out by heart. Yay! They are in alphabetical order. My curves are not crazy. Yeah, by Henry Matisse. This is the picture. And I think I've used the wrong blue because it looks much darker in that. Yeah, I think I've used my own colors. But here is my finish. Yay! Stitched on 18 count blue Ada. How am I going to finalize it? It's I think this will go into a project bag. Yeah. Yes. Next one. Glamorous 3. Yeah, that was just I had a bit of time and I only had like I think I had less than 200 stitches, so I was stitching the background. No challenge, just stitching on a whip I have. That can actually happen. But then Glamorous 3, I was gonna skip it for May. But then somebody said meow. uh Siske Stitches has her own Facebook group, and she has the Glamorous 3. You pick your 3 whips, and then she gives you the what to stitch on which day. It's 100 stitches daily, but then it changes a bit with the 3 whips. You stitch on all the 3 whips in a week, so that's good progress. And Meow May. I'm looking for words in my brain and they don't come out. But you could stitch the cats, or you could stitch whatever, just as long as you had three whips. And I went along with the cats because Siske and Anne, the Max Color Stitcher, I have been influenced by them since they are stitching on cats. And since I can't have a real cat, then I'm doing some wall cats, let's say, because I'm going to frame these and put them on the wall. Yeah, so whip one. Sunflower Street Cat by Zanna Croswell is this little cutie here. And since it's quite a new start, I'm still in the first row. But that is what it will look like. And oh, I'm almost at 1,000 stitches. And that's with 300 stitches for the first and second week have been stitched here. And I filled in these. I mean, these, I don't know what they are. I think they're stars in the sky or something. And I mean, these areas, they have as many as there are stitches. There's almost as many colors. But anyhow, the 300 stitches have been stitched. I'm just going on the top 10 rows of the block. So I've been stitching in this area, and I will be continuing. This has 956 stitches from 100,000, and it's at 0.96%. And this is Meow May for Glamorous 3. Next, Kitty Cat. Where is it? It's Anemone, but where do I have it? And it's just in the wrong place. Yep, it's here. Yeah. So Anemone is these are all taking part in Giro because yeah. Well, anyhow, Anemone, which is I don't know how it's really pronounced in English. It's Amy Stewart. No, it isn't. It's Heaven and Earth. Heaven and Earth Designs has made this chart. So the art is by Irina Garmashova. And the chart is called Anemone. And this is a cat that reminds me of Anne the Max Color Stitches cat, except that Anne's cat has green eyes, if I remember correct. Yeah. Well, this is my second piece for the Glamorous 3 Meow May. And for that I have stitched 300 stitches. And today I also did the Giro stitches, 147 on it. So I've been coming that away. And the last two blocks have been for, so that's Meow stitching, Glamorous 3 stitching, and these two have been for Giro d'Italia, the men's cycling competition, of which I was supposed to tell you about a bit later, but yeah, obviously I didn't. Then the third one, oh no, where is my phone? I can hear it, but I can't see it. Just a moment. Okay. Yay, I actually managed that. Yeah, my phone went off. reminding me to do something, so not a phone call. Anyhow, the third cat that I am stitching, excuse me, is by Terrain Clark, both image and cross stitch chart. So it's a artsy design. And once done, it will look like this. Cat in a book, on a cat on a bookshelf. Yes. And this has had 3 days also. How can I have 900 stitches in 8 days? I'm gonna blame my brains. Actually, I think Sunflower Street Cat got an extra because I was confused with which chart I was supposed to, which whip I was supposed to stitch on, so I stitched on the wrong one. Yeah. Anyhow, Cat on the Bookshelf is also been started this year, and I think I'll leave this just to get to show you where I am. So this got 300 stitches, and since I'm going on the first row, it has the last 300 stitches there. Have been the ones that I've been stitching on. Yikes! This is a fluffy fabric. I needed to put a bit of a, yeah, this is sort of like I do not, I have you know, that overlock machine, but I have lost its pedal, and this fabric, I don't know, it is so, you know, like it's just like, this doesn't have any I am lost with words. Well, anyhow, the zigzag on the fabric end did no good, so I put a piece of fabric and I sewed it both sides so that it will not that the sides will stay. Gosh, that was easy. Yeah, anyhow, this is where Cat on Bookshelf is at the moment. It is 1,506 stitches out of 60,000, and it's at 2.51%. And this is Glamorous 3, my third whip, and it's taking part in Meow May. I got through it. Sometimes I feel that. Okay, then Giro d'Italia. Have you heard about the competition that the men are driving in Italy? They are going all around Italy. I think they start in Bulgaria today. They're cycling for 3 days in Bulgaria, and then they're jumping over to Italy. Yeah. Sorry for all the people who don't care about sports. I am stitching for Giro d'Italia, and I've got too much stuff on my small table. And um, I have listed The sun went into the clouds, so this is not good. I wonder if that's better. I hope so. Yeah, anyhow, this is my list. So I'm stitching 3 whips each day, and then for the next day I'm changing them. And so I'm going through 45, I think, of my whips for this challenge. Yeah. And for the first day, which is today, 147 kilometers. I do not know what that's in miles. But African Giants, Amy's Sanctuary of Stitching, and Anemone were the whips I stitched on for, and each of them got 147, except for Anemone got 148 because. So Anemone was the cat that you just saw in Glamorous 3. Then African Giants. I actually put my whips into alphabetical order and started from the A. So African Giants crop. I think it's a bigger chart. I have not seen the bigger one, but this is the crop. And of course I had to get it. It's images for FUZ Caforio and Tarina Clark Artisy. And I think I've shown you this picture before because I have seen this in real life. Not this actual elephant, but an elephant in Tsavo National Park in Kenya, and that's Mount Kilimanjaro that is over the border in Tanzania. So this is one that takes me back to childhood memories. So of course, yep. I got in 147 stitches. Of which they were in these 2 blocks. And this is a new start from this year, I think, if I remember correct. At the moment, this is the width of the chart, so it's not a big one. 1,236 out of 37,000 stitches, and it's at 3.34%. Got a bit of a way to get to the elephant, yes? Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was Giro, day 1, whip 1, Giro, day 1, whip 2 is a chart that when you signed up for 2026 Hey Sal, they said that you need to stitch 1 page in order to get this chart, but then they gave it. We got the chart for the Sal, and then we got this Amy Stewart exclusive, and I'm doing this normal size but max color. What on earth was I thinking? Yes. The original name of this chart is Sal 2026, Amy's Sanctuary of Stitching Max Color Exclusive. So you can just think that it's art by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And it looks like this. The whole chart is 315,000 stitches. Not doing it, copying it off somewhere there. And stitching the actual stitching part, which is 134 stitches. Yes. So with this one, my percentages are off. and max color. This is on 27 count Linda Swaggart 1/1 full cross, and I did the 147 stitches today. I think it's easier. This is still in the upper corner. It's only 651 stitches in all. I did a few stitches in this part here, and then the rest I did here. If you have Instagram, you can find me there as Missing in a Stitch, and there I have the before and after pictures. The lighting now, it's just crazy. I'll try and adjust it just a bit. Is that okay? No. Here. But anyhow, I'm doing this. I was going to do it like 50 by 50 blocks. But nah, I'm going the 10, the first row and to the other side, and that way that I am stitching my full coverages. So that was Giro d'Italia day 1 whip 2, and then Giro d'Italia day 1 whip 3 was Anemone, which is this one that I just showed you. Okay, then a couple more. Stitch is So Beautiful also has a challenge. One of their charts, you can decide stitch 250 stitches weekly, full cross, or 50 the others, and then you need to post 4 times in the month, sort of like weekly plus the end of the month. So I did 295 on Elegant Floral Sewing Kit. I'm on the second row. I finally got there. I wonder what will happen if I close the light. No, not good. Do I need to change the color? Let's see if that works. I'm sorry. So, the top row is done. I filled in the B5200 whites that I had here. There were 97, and then I went 95, and then I went on this from the beginning, stitching 200 stitches, the first 2 blocks. This is the width, and I'm so happy that it's gonna live on this frame for quite a while, because maybe you want to see what it looks like. And this the Max Color Stitcher is stitching this also, and actually she was the inspiration for me to start stitching on it, especially the fact that she said that she's stitching it in memory of her mom. And the mother thing is that the connection. My mom's still alive, but mom was the one who taught me handcrafts. So that's why I want to stitch this. But Anne is not stitching the background, and obviously you can see that I am Yep. So 295 stitches meant that this is now, gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this lighting situation. I really don't. I don't know if it bothers you, but it bothers me. Um, Back to floral, elegant floral sewing kit. It is at 4,202 stitches out of 160,000, and it's at 2.63%. And this is one that I will be stitching weekly. That minimum of 250 a week. That lives there. Then do I have, yes. I showed you the Macau. I needed to get 300 stitches from last month as catch up, that I did. Then these are my glamorous 3 that I've been stitching earlier on this year, and I will continue on them in once we get to June. Especially with this one, because where is the chart? It would be really lovely, like Jen says, that why can't they be, and Siske, why can't they go in alphabetical order? This is by Tidy Patterns on Etsy. It's called Bird 33-1. Oh, I have named it Self-Portrait because I feel like this. I was missing 100 stitches and I did them. I stitched with this pink there and somewhere here. Yeah, it was missing 100 stitches and now it's up to date. And also, what was it? Well, let's say stress-free is a good way. Macau also is one, and then Galah. Macau you saw, Galah, where are you? Nope. Where is my Galah? Ah, here. This needed 600. It didn't get any. I'll try to catch up this month. I would love it if I could get it done, but if I don't, I will not. It's okay. What Galah looks like, it's from Unconventional X Stitch. The chart is called Galah. This was inspired, I saw Animal Instinct. Can't remember her name, but she showed it ready stitched, and I just thought it was gorgeous. So here it goes. Sorry for these crooked pictures and everything, but my light. Yeah, this is what it would look like. It's not full coverage because anything in front of the beak and the this corner is not stitched. Yeah, but I know it's 600 and I have a plan. It's stitched on silk weaver. Jaslyn 28 count. Okay, let's continue. I still have two. Because I wanted to, I saw in a Facebook group, Honey Sal, Christina Stitches or something like that. Gosh. I apologize, I don't remember, but there are 4 blocks with something to do with honey. First one is done completely, back stitching and all. The second one is I'm still stitching it. I think this started in April because I've only done 253 stitches, and it's in this. There's a bear, and these are flowers, so the flower buds are up, and then I think it says something upstairs. I actually wait. I have the yeah. This is what it will look like once ready. So that is done. This is the one I'm stitching, so it has it says a honey. Yeah, and this might be that I'll concentrate on more on it after Giro is over, which means June. Then AFL, Australian Football League. Fun with Cross Stitch has a challenge in the group, or it's a separate thingy. Yeah, anyhow, Fun with Cross Stitch, the Facebook group, they have a challenge called AFL, and in the same there's NRL. I'm taking part in AFL. I have no idea what. I don't watch football. I don't watch European football. I don't watch any other country's football. But because of FOMO, I just want to join in. So this is I'm stitching the Cheelong cats team, and this is a chart that Nessa has done for this game, and the latest game they got 100. So the idea is to stitch as many as they get points by 10. I'm doing the hardest. There's by 5, and I think by 2 is the lowest one, but I'm doing the by 10. Yes, so I have 504 out of 1,350 of the latest game. Otherwise, I'm up to it. So I've got 846 stitches left to go, and I've been stitching in the blue. So I'll just continue. Once I get down here, I'll start stitching. It goes all the way there. I think I have to move my frame. Yeah, but this is where I am. I have the guy here. It's a guy in my mind. I think they're all men playing. But I will continue with this because there is quite a lot of 820 to stitch. 11,026 altogether. Left to stitch. this stitching that has been done. Where is the other foot? It's here. I have done 7,064 stitches out of 27,579 stitches, and I'm at 25.61%. And this will be continue going on. And that's what I've been stitching during this week. Did you make it? Hope so. Now I need to put that away. Yeah. So, what I'm planning to do for this week, I have my May plans. They're here. They're here. And they're here. So the women's Giro, the La Vuelta Femenina. I have 106 stitches for today and 132 for tomorrow, which be stitched on Bullfinch, and then that challenge is done, and I've got 815 stitches more in my Bullfinch. But I hate that light. I really hate that. I hate this lighting situation. Can you see anything? Can you see anything? I'm gonna cry. I have a weekly planner. It says weekly planner. It started from Monday, but I changed it to Friday because today is Friday. I have written what I need to stitch for each and every day. So Giro d'Italia is my main focus now for the month, plus my G3 Glamorous 3 and my 30 minutes a day. Plus, since there's one no Giro day in each week, that will be the day that I will be stitching on the Stitches So Beautiful monthly challenge. So I've got Giro, I've got Glamorous 3, I've got the Cross Stitch Studio challenge for 2 days. I still have La Vuelta, and then I will be having the Stitches So Beautiful challenge. What I have done, got ready, is Whipco, so I don't need to worry about that. And I have written all the Giro whips that I'm stitching on each day. And then I've just put the G3 to remind me that you've got these. I have a separate spreadsheet for them. And also I just written 30 minutes because I remember that. I remember what the 30 minutes is for. Yeah, but this is sort of like this is easy to follow. This helps my mind. Yes. Because in this one I need to change. And since I'm doing these for the month of May, I'm doing these Flosstubes. This is 22, by the way. Yeah. I'm doing these weekly because I mean I'm just a week in and I've already talked for an hour. Yeah. I don't usually talk about haul. I'm not gonna get much now. What I did was I got influenced. I have started this and I've showed you, but Sari, uh, she lives in England. She knits a lot, but she stitches a bit. And she asked if anybody would like to join her in this long dog freebie. Was it a freebie? I can't remember. But this is, yeah. May we live in slightly less interesting times. It's quite appropriate. I started this. Yeah. So this was haul. Once I get to show you sometimes that I'm stitching on it, then I'll tell you more about the cross stitch studio. Has a cute kitty. I'm not sure if I've showed you this before, but if I haven't, I'm showing it now. Anne, the Max Color Stitcher. Ellen, Siske Stitches. It's your fault. I got myself Scruffy Muffin. Siske asked me am I stitching this, the background? I think I am because my brain isn't. It's just so much easier to stitch with what you're given instead of my mind at the moment is not built in to be able to try to take something out. That was it. Are you still here? I hope so. If you are, I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I will be back in a week because I'll still be making a long one. Maybe not as long as my 2 weeklies are usually, but yeah. Well, next week I will be stitching, or this week, until next Friday, I will be stitching on 1, 2, 3, 4 whips that are something else than Giro, and in Giro I will be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I'll have, what, 17 whips to show you next Friday? Yeah. But I went crazy with Giro d'Italia. I wanted to do something. Yeah, actually, the idea was that I have whips that I have not touched for a long time. So I just sort of like wanted to be sure that all my whips get touched this year. At least. I think I'm gonna do this for Tour de France and La Vuelta also. Let's see how if I get this done the way that I'm doing. Okay, now I went into plans back. Ooh. If I get Giro done as I've thought I'd do it, then I'll go on with Tour de France and La Vuelta. Yeah. Yeah, then it's a different thing. Will I remember this in June, July when Tour de France starts, or in August when La Vuelta starts? Who knows? Yeah. Thank you for the company. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the light. I hope it didn't bother you as much as it bothered me. And I will see you next Friday. Remember to love yourself. Bye.